Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. In this one I have for you a first look at the SNP. For those of you from Britain, that does not mean the Scottish National Party. It means and stands for the Slovak National Uprising, a new division available in the upcoming DLC, Battle of Dukla Pass. As a disclaimer, Eugen has given me free access to the DLC, so a big thanks to them. Also, please remember that this is an early preview, and what you see may be subject to change. If you'd like to read the description on the right-hand side, feel free to pause the video and take a look, but we're going to be jumping straight on in. As usual, we'll be looking at all of the new units available, and we'll put together a quick deck. Let's start, of course, in the Recon tab. With the PA-30, which is a Recon armoured car with 2 machine guns for 5 points, which is actually reasonable. It's not like super fast, but it has armour and 2 guns. So yeah, can't really complain. 8 and 16 availability on these. Great throwaway Recon. Same with the TC-33. Check out this box on wheels. Or box on tracks, I should probably say. 1 machine gun, slightly more armour, but slower. Same availability, 8 in A, 16 in B. I really like these kinds of units when they're added to Steel Division because they're like very authentic. And it's not something you'd often see in a video game. Moving on, we have the Priaskumni. Apologies if I butcher any pronunciations today because there's going to be a lot of stuff that I cannot read very well. But either way, I'll try my best. 4, 8, 12 availability on these. It's a 2-man recon squad. Any interesting transports? Only the Kubel MG is probably the one that I would recommend because it does give you another throwaway recon vehicle with very high optics. Otherwise, stick with the BMW because it's faster. It's like 10 km/h faster on road. Then we have the SLOVAK, which is a sniper team, 2-man sniper team, 2, 4, 6 availability. Again, Kubel MG is available if you want extra recon vehicles. BMW's faster. Then we have the Para SLOVAK, which is interesting. You can actually bring that 1 vet. They're only available in C because I think all the Para units in this division are only available in C. But yeah, that's cool because you can get a lot of them in Phase C. That's really nice. Para Pruskomnici, available in C. 8 PPS 43s, DT Smoke. Really solid radio recon squad for 20 points. Just have to wait till you get them. And then we have the Priaskumnici, which is a 4-man squad, 3 rifles and a machine gun. 20 points, 5, 10, 15 availability. Can come in the Kubel or the Praga. If you're bringing these, probably use the Praga because you have more available. And I think they're the same speed as the Kubel. Yeah, so you might as well just use the Praga. Alright, moving on to the infantry tab, we start off with the Parachutist, so again only available in C, 27 on a card. Coming with the Praga, 8 PPS 43s, RPG 43, AT grenade. They do have the shock trait, which is nice, so you can overwhelm infantry at close range using these, which would be nice. But you can only do it in Phase C. Then we have the Cyklistiki. I can probably completely butcher that one. Strelci. So 13-man squad available in A, 20 points, 12, 24, 32 availability, 13 rifles, 1 machine gun. For a 20-point squad, it's not too bad having like an anti-tank grenade there as well. Technically a magnetic mine, but it's just an anti-tank grenade in this game. Yeah, cool. Alright, moving on to the Lovsitanku. This is a 7-strength squad, MP40, VZ24s, PTRD, M1 bazooka. It's basically a 20-point bazooka squad, but with 7 men, which is actually kind of nice. And the extra PTRD there allows it to kind of reach out and touch the light vehicles a little bit. I like this. If there's no alternative in the anti-tank squad. Like tab, sorry. Moving on, we have the Parasapari, only available in C again, but these are a quite nice squad. 8 strength, 2 PPS 43s, 5 SVTs, and 1 flamethrower, but also smoke. They have shock trait, raided trait. Raided trait means they're exceptional stealth, which helps them move across the open a little bit easier. So yeah, Really, really solid squad for 20 points. Also, one thing to point out, these Lovsitanku only come in at phase B. Alright, Parachutiste DT, again, phase C. Triple DT squad. 3 SVT-40s, PPSH. Yeah, okay. 27 available. I don't know how I feel about these. Like, triple DT is okay, but it's not like a crazy amount of damage at range. But otherwise, a reasonable option for 20 points. Then we got the Partizani Sorovsky, which is a Soviet partisan squad. So 3 MP40s, 9 PPS-43s, Molotov cocktails, Raider trait, do have radio as well. Ah. Available 24 in B, 32 in C. So it's like a partisan squad led by Russian Special Forces leader, basically. Cool. Then we've got the Streltsy, which is your standard infantry, so 12, 24, 32 availability. The weapons on these aren't fantastic, like MP40, VZ24, and then ZB30. They're okay. Nothing special. But 9 cards available of those. Then we got the Veletel Strelkov, which is a 3-man leader squad with smoke grenades. It's always nice. So 4, 8, 12 availability. Do have radio. Yeah, I like them. Better than that, we do have OSS leaders, which is the American Special Forces, kind of. They're like the sort of people who would train partisans and such. Used them a lot in France. M42, M1 carbine, Browning light machine gun, and the smoke grenade. Commando trait is very, very nice indeed. So yeah, solid squad and leader, and with radio trait, smoke, like it's perfect almost. Only thing they're missing is maybe an AT. Then we got the Para Veletel, so this is the para leader. 2 PPS-43s, 3 SVT-40s, PTRD, and smoke. So another really solid leader, and you get 12 in phase C at 1 vet. Then we have the Partizani. So 3 cards available of these. They have a bunch of different weapons. The Danuvia 39M submachine gun, which is really accurate, so very high damage close range because of that. Then you got the MP44, and then you've got the VZ24 and the Kar98. 24 available in B, 32 in C. Again, 3 cards, so it has a lot of potential, honestly. Yeah, cool. Moving on, we have the Partizani Foch, which is like French-led partisans. So 3 MP41s, 9 VZ24s, ZB30, and an MG42. 24 available in B with a Raider trait. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be better at longer ranges because of the double MG. Even though these Partizani have a sniper, these having an MG42 is huge. So yeah, 13-man MG42 squad, can't complain about that. And then we have Partizani OSS, so a partisan squad led by an OSS leader. So that's cool. M42s, again, decent accuracy, Kar98s, MD34, and a bazooka. So 24 and 32 availability. You're going to have a lot of bazooka boys hanging about if you're taking those. Then we have the Sapori. So 5, 10, 15 availability. The Sapori are kind of interesting because they have like mostly longer range weapons like the VZ24 and the VZ26. They also have a Granatboxer that can kill light vehicles quite well. And then they have the Kabautalodung on top. So yeah, not going to do too well after throwing the HE grenade. Then we have the Streltsy LK. So this is just a dual SB30 infantry squad with the PTRS, 9, 18, 27 availability. I'm surprised they're 25 points. I feel like they should probably still be 20. But then we got the Strelci P Postrak, which is a Panzerschreck squad. So you're dropping a ZB30 and picking up a Panzerschreck instead. You don't have the PTRS. 9, 18, 27 availability. Honestly, the sheer amount of like bazookas, Panzerschrecks you're going to have your hands on in this deck in the infantry is kind of scary. Then we have the Padakovi Strelci, which is a 10-man squad, raider trait. Only 6 available in A, and 1 vet. They have 4 MP40s, 3 VZ24, 2 VZ26, and the sniper. So double MG sniper team is nice. Not convinced about their weapons otherwise, but I think they're still going to be slapping infantry around. They just don't have AT to defend themselves against vehicles. And then we got the Velatel Saporov, which is a really solid 30-point Phase A leader. 3 available in A at 1 vet. Submachine gun, 10 rifles, automatic rifle, VZ26, and the smoke grenade in there, 12 strength. 12 strength leader's just fantastic, so yeah. Look at the serious amount of infantry you got here. Crazy. Very, very cool though. Alright, moving on to the tank tab. Lots of LT-34, LT-35s. Okay, so the LT-34, it's got the 37mm gun. Double machine gun, HE. I mean, these are good infantry fire support. You get 12 in A, 24 in B. So that's nice. Then you're upgrading your armor a little bit with the LT-35. There's 2 cards available of these. Again, 12 and 24. I'm really feeling like a big meme 10v10 game coming along with these. Because that is a lot of tanks. Alright, then we got LT-35 leaders. So 3 and 6 availability. Then we got the LT-40 as well, so 12 availability on those. For 15 points, you're getting a bit of a better gun. I say a bit of a better, it's much better. Extra rate of fire, extra penetration. Yeah, nice. You are sacrificing a bit of armor, but you're gaining speed. So this is a reasonable unit for 15 points. And then we've got the LT-38 in there as well, which maintains the same gun. Slightly more ammo, stronger armor, slightly less speed, but you get 14 on a card. Crikey. And this is gonna, okay, I'm just gonna show you what this is gonna look like. Like surely that's a lot of light tanks. Funny. Alright, moving on, we have the Panzer II, which does have the 20mm, 3 available in A with radio. And as a leader, that's nice. Actually, I say that. Does it actually have radio? I don't think it does. Is it? I think it's just the leader. Because usually it has like leader and then radio underneath if it has both. Regardless, nice to have 20mm. Panzer III-N, one of my favourite tanks, just because it looks silly with a stubby gun. These unironically can kill infantry very well when you give them veterancy, because like the 12 round per minute rate of fire on their main gun plus 2.2 damage plus 2 MG34s really does slap. They also have heat rounds which have 100 mils of penetration, which allows them to pen quite a lot of medium tanks. The only thing that lets that down is accuracy, so that's why the veterancy is so important. And then we got the Stuka 3, which, yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. So 135mm pen, 1750 meter range. We've got 90 front armor. Only 3 available in Phase A. Cool. Alright, moving on to support. We have 50mm mortars. These are the RM38, so the Russian one, which gives them 800 meter range. 5, 10, 15 availability. The Paramaxim, only available in Phase C, 1000 meter range machine gun, probably going to be a bit useless in the late game. There is also a ZB53 available, 6, 12, 18 availability on those. Probably want to up-bet these generally to maximize their impact at range with 1250 meter range. But there is also a Dukla which comes in late game, so 15 available in Phase C. Definitely, again, to vet these to get the most out of them. I guess with these, the Tazki Gulamat, because you can bring them earlier on, that's probably going to be the MG of choice, unless you can get the MG42 early, which you can. But let's not miss the IG-18. 4, 8, and 12 availability. Standard IG-18 with the 2.2 damage, 12 round per minute rate of fire. Yeah, MG42 teams will be the way to go, of course, since they are available. 5, 10, and 15 availability, which completely outshine any other MG squad. Then we got the Para OB25. It's nice when these have Raider trait. Again, 12 round per minute rate of fire with 2.2 damage, 90mm penetration on the heat round, but low accuracy. Probably want to upvet these if you're bringing them in Phase C. Then we have the Zazo Bavaci, or Bavazzi. This is a 15,000 supply vehicle. Just noticed, yeah, it's actually more than usual. Normally they're like 10,000. And it's the same availability, so 2, 4, 6 availability, 3 cards. Slightly more expensive, but yeah, way more supply. And then we got the British Jedburgh, which is the Commander. 3 M42s, Gamma Bomb Smoke Grenade. Decent Commander. Then we've got the Stabny Dostojnik, or Dostoynik, Dostoynik, maybe, something like that. 2 SZK383s, we've got the VZ24s, and then Solothurn. Like a 12 strength commander is beautiful, so I like that a lot. And then there's a LT38 as well as a commander. Oh, yeah, again, just like the options here are really interesting. It's one of the biggest things that I love about Steel Division 2 is just like the sheer amount of units that you just like never even think about being in a video game. And yeah, always some new cool stuff to see. Right, starting off here with the 37mm. 55% accurate with its AP shells. They're only 40% penetration, 10 points per AT. 6, 9, 12 availability. I'm trying to think like where this could be useful. I guess like side shots, maybe 40mm would be okay-ish, but a lot of like medium tanks even have like enough armor to just be bouncing that. Alright, Solothurn squad, so just 1 rifle and a Solothurn. 10 strength. Solothurn's actually a pretty nice weapon as like as far as anti-tank rifles go, because of the 20 round per minute rate of fire and the decent accuracy and pen. Then we have the Paralovsitanku, which is a triple PTRD squad with 4 PPS 43s and smoke and RPG 43. Because these are coming late game, I don't really see like a huge use for them, but an interesting squad. Then we've got some Pack 36s. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, this is a solid squad for Phase A. Because you get the heat rounds on these as well, which is cool. So those are the 750 meter range, 180mm penetration rockets that they can put on the front. Yeah, like it. Then there's some captured 45s, which I guess would be donated, sorry, from the Russians, that are available in Phase C. Yep, Raider trait is really good to have on an AT gun, but in Phase C, generally 45mm are going to be a little bit outmatched by then. Moving on to the Pack 38, another good AT gun, available in Phase A, 6 on a card with 1 vet. Another unit I would recommend upvetting, because then you're benefiting from 16 round per minute rate of fire, and you're pushing the standard AP shell up to like 62% accuracy, which is nice. Let's move on to the Marder 3. Another one that will benefit a lot from veterancy. Because the reason you want to upvet a lot of these things is because you want to be hitting those first shots. If you don't hit the first shot, then you take a shot back and you're either suppressed or you're dead. Especially in like the case of the Marder 3, you might just take a shot and die. So you've got to hit those first shots, so having the extra veterancy is really important. It also increases rate of fire, so you can do a follow-up shot quickly afterwards. Yeah, really, really important. But the Marder 3 these days gets the pack 40 on it, so this is a really strong weapon for 45 points. And then this is the standard pack 40 as well. So you get 3 in Phase A and 5 in Phase B, which is a really solid AT gun to have. So you're not going to have too many problems with tanks if you got pack 40s. And moving on to anti-air, we have the 20mm here, the VKPL 36 20mm, which is an interesting AA piece. It does have AP rounds, it has HE, and of course the ability to shoot aircraft. I wonder if the AP shells would actually be that useful with 35% pen. You don't have many cards to work with in this tab, but 6 available in A, 9 in B, and 12 in C. And then you've got 88, so 2, 4, and 6 availability. Great for like the longer range engagements against aircraft, but honestly they get RT'd very easily, which is why I don't see many people use 88s, generally speaking. They can be brought in with a Ford V3000. I kind of half expected that to have some sort of supply or something, but it doesn't. It's just a slower transport. Cool flavor though. Moving on to the artillery tab, another one that's really, really thick. We have the artillery observers, the Delo Pozorovatel. Okay. 2 ZK383s and the smoke grenade, radio recon. Can they be brought in with Kubel MGs? They cannot. But 3, 6 availability, 15 points each. Then we got some old guns. We got the 80mm here, the FK MO5. It has 3.75 damage, 8,750 meter range, 6 round per minute rate of fire. Can use smoke. That's probably going to be the best thing for it, honestly, as a smoke layer, as opposed to actually providing decent fire support, but an interesting gun. Then we've got a 75, again, going to be lacking some damage at 3.75. This has 8 round per minute rate of fire though, so that's not too shabby. It also has heat rounds with 70mm of penetration, not that you're really ever going to be wanting to use these. And saying that, you do have exceptional stealth because of Raider trait, so you could use this more like an IG, for example, than an artillery piece, and more like direct fire capability, and then able to fire a bit longer if you need to by giving a fire position command. But 5, 10, 15 availability. Then there's the 80mm, another 80mm, the FK30. So this has 3.75 damage again, but a more rate of fire. So 10 round per minute rate of fire now with 3.75 damage. It also has smoke. 3, 6, 9 availability. This seems like a gun that with an artillery leader could be very, very good. So yeah, I'll definitely have to give that a go. Then we got the artillery leader, Delo Velitel. Artillery leader trait does give tube artillery radio. It also reduces the dispersion of those units, which is nice. 2, 4, 6 availability, of course. And we got another LEFH. This one's the 100mm. So we're looking at 5 damage with 6 round per minute rate of fire, 4, 8, 12 availability. Comes by default with radio. The extra damage is of course nice because of the increased caliber. So something to think about for 50 points. Then you've got the 105, LEFH-18M. Cool. 3, 6, 9 availability, 55 points each. Then we go on to mortars. So we're looking at 60 point mortars, 81mm caliber, 3,000 meter range, smoke grenade. Yeah, it's just a standard 81. So 4, 8, 12 availability on those. Then we're looking at off map. This is 105mm off map 1, 2, 3 availability. Cool looking biplane. Like, these are again the units that I really enjoy looking at in this game. So cool. Really nicely modeled as well. Not sure how effective this off map's going to be, but for 70 points could be worth messing around with. Then we've got the 105 Ruby. This is actually a really decent gun. So get 2, 4, 8 availability on these. The dispersion on these is really quite limited, so they hit in a very small area. And if you give them an artillery leader, they can be really decent. Again, the rate of fire is helping massively here as well. 8 round per minute rate of fire, super useful. It's one of the main things that makes them very strong. So that's why I'm saying 10 round per minute rate of fire on this 80mm is kind of scary. Right, next up we have the KL-35D. Look at that plane. No canopy, just open top. 2-man. Going at 210 km/h speed. It is faster than the biplane at least. But it does bring in some pretty nasty artillery. 150mm. 1 available in A, 2 available in B. Yeah. If it doesn't get shot down, then sure, it's useful. But I feel like a little sneeze, a little breeze will just like take this out of the sky. Like, this actually has better resilience than this does, because this is on very bad resilience. Yeah, you don't want to be in that plane. All right, 120 more mortars, and these are radio mortars. They're available in C. So if you want to wait that long to get your radio mortars out, that's actually not a bad idea. They're just going to use up a lot of ammo. And then, finally, we have 10 cards of 150mm artillery, the VZ-25. 2 available in A, 4 in B, and 6 in C, which means, in theory, you can have 60 of these in your deck. Is there actually 5 cards? Actually, no, you can't. You're going to be 54 guns in Phase C. You're never going to be able to buy that much, I imagine. But fun to think about. I mean, this is one of the examples where, because this division is basically the entire, like, it's basically an army size in a division. Yeah, it's a lot of units, and 10 cards of artillery is crazy. All right, air tab, let's go. More fun biplanes. HE-72D. Recon with very bad resilience for 15 points. Yeah, unfortunate. If it had like bad resilience, you could consider it, I reckon. But then we got the B35 or 534. Like, killing things with these is just like dabbing on the enemy, you know. It's like you do it just to show dominance as opposed to it actually being efficient. I would 3-vet these if you're actually going to use them. Unironically. Letov. Alright, it's got bad resilience, so it's not that bad. It does come with 2 250kg bombs, which is a nice payload, actually, for a biplane. 250 km/h speed, 2 and 4 availability between A and B. Then we have ME-109s available, 2 of these. So these are twin 20mm with 2 MGs in the nose. At 2 vet, yeah, they can do some damage in the early game. It's not too bad. And then we got some Focke-Wulf 189 recon aircraft. They do come with the bombs. Oh, nice. The 4 50kg bombs. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite recon aircraft because of that. Really, really good at the start of the game. We got ME-109 G6s, which have the 590 km/h speed, but the speed kind of works against them because they have less firepower. So instead of having like twin 20mm, they've only got 1 20mm in the nose, which is not ideal. So definitely bring them in pairs, like, or just like bring both in at the same time if you're going to use them. There's also LA5s, 6 available in B, 9 available in C. Another aircraft that you want to upvet because of its limited firepower in this game. Like, the 20mm just need a bit of extra time on target, and if you don't have time, then at least have accuracy. Then we got the Mitchell bombers. So these carry 12 50-kilogram bombs. It's a bit of a disappointing loadout, but 2, 4, 6, 7 availability. Yeah, these aren't going to be very good. Then we got LA5s with bombs. 2 100-kilogram bombs is a nice loadout. 4 available in B, 6 available in C. Then we got the Li2NB. Cool. Is this like a Lend-Lease Douglas? Regardless, it carries 2 250-kilogram bombs underneath. Huh. Has a little turret on top there as well. Cool bomber. I mean, 4 250-kilogram bombs is a pretty nice payload. So, yeah, can't complain. And then we got the one with 10 100-kilogram bombs as well. 2 and 4 availability of those. The resilience is not very good on these. It's not like the Mitchell. The Mitchell has very good resilience, whereas these are only medium resilience. So, yeah, I have a feeling that these aren't actually going to be as good as I think they are, because they're going to be kind of slow and turn really slowly. There is a card of Mustangs available in B and C, 8 and 12 availability. Very cool. Then we have the SM-84 with 2 500-kilogram bombs. It's okay. You can get 1 in A or 4 in B. I like it. Cool bomber. And then we have the Mitchell again. This one has a better payload. 4 250-kilogram bombs. So 1 available in A, 2 in B, 4 in C. We've got the Li2NB with 500-kilogram bombs, 2 available in B and 4 available in C. Going only 390 km/h speed now instead of 440, which makes it even more vulnerable. And then the Mosquitoes. These are Canadian Mosquitoes with napalm, available in B and C. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, well, let's just put together a deck. There's just so much here. What I'm going to do is we'll pick maybe... yeah, some of these for Phase C. I'm just going to do like a Phase A, Phase B, Phase C. So I'll probably do like normal 2-man boys with Kubels in A. And then for B, what do I want? Not like crazy good options here. And maybe just 4-man recon teams, or even I could go 16 PA-30s. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll try that. Then in the infantry tab, I'm definitely taking these leaders, so we'll put them in there. We'll definitely take these at 1 vet, which I might bring these in Phase A with the Panzerschreck. Then moving into Phase B, I think it's up vet partisans with bazookas and MG34s. I could also like bring in like 2 vet partisans as well. Thing is, I want the bazookas and I want more MG34s, but this squad having 2 vet would be nice. I mean, I guess I could just go 1 vet on them just to get the availability there. That carries over to Phase C. OSS later in Phase B, absolutely. These guys are super strong. I might just bring them in C with no veterancy, just so we have loads of them. That is a very nice squad. It's going to kind of overwrite any other close-range parachutist. But speaking of, I mean, I guess I could do parachutist DT in Phase C, maybe. I don't know if there's any other MG teams that I would want instead. Also, in Phase B, I think having more Zukis would be a good idea. Although, actually, I say that. These guys have Zukas, so I don't need that. Okay. What am I missing here? Parasapere, probably. Phase A is seeming a little bit light, so I kind of want to add something else there. Maybe the Streltsy LK, or maybe just like Saparies in A would be a good idea, because we've got kind of like longer range infantry there. Yeah, I think like Sapari in A is a good idea. Because those are B, but they're not really going to be as specialized. With the standard Partizani, I think I prefer double MG. We don't need any more leaders. Don't need the standard infantry. Well, this could be a decent squad to pop in. Yeah, getting 8 of these could be kind of nice. I don't think there's anything I'd rather get rid of. I'm actually just going to bring them in without vet, so we have more availability. Alright, moving on to tanks. We definitely bring the Stugs. I'm going to bring up vet Panzer 3s. We're going to bring the Panzer 2s. It just depends what flavor of LT we want. So, I guess LT38 is the best way to go. But I could do like another card in phase B. Yeah, we'll come back to it. Right, we're definitely bringing this commander. Do I want Paradushka? We want some MGs. We'll bring in MGs. Para OB, don't think I need. We'll come back to the support tab. Martyrs definitely go in there. Phase A, pack 40. Phase B, pack 40. Anti-air is definitely going to be. Maybe phase A, flak 88s is not a bad idea. And we do some of these, and then like for the late game, even more of these kind of thing. Artillery. Radio mortars in the late game seems fun, but I really want to try out these. Like if I bring in 6 of those early on, plus a phase A artillery leader, I reckon that's going to be pretty strong. I really do want to try these out just because they're funny. I don't know when would be best to use them. I think like having a bunch of these in C would be useful, and then having one of these in A would be the way to go. Something like that. And then we use like Harubi in B and C, because these are really solid artillery as well. I don't think I need longer range artillery. I mean, the rate of fire on these is just so good. Right, air tab, definitely bring in the recon in phase A. And then it's like, mosquitoes could be really useful. We can do like late game mosquitoes. Don't really trust these as bombers, so I'm probably going to go for Mitchells instead. We're going to need supply, so I can't miss that out. So we do phase A supply and then maybe like a phase B supply, but yeah, we're kind of lacking slots here. There's just so much interesting stuff that I want to throw in, but I don't think I ever can. Unless I like put these to B, and then we save like 3 points there. That allows me to put in 2 more aircraft. We've got enough supply for all of this, I imagine. These are 15,000 supply trucks. The AT tab doesn't need like close range AT. Though I say that, I would like the Pack 36s. Because that combined with all of the like Panzerschrecks and bazookas we have is really nice. It may even like be a good idea to just double these into C or B, sorry, because your late game AT capability is really rough. And then just one more plane that's going to be good for dealing with tanks. And I think honestly just like late game Mitchells is the way to do it. It's a shame that these don't have a bit more resilience to them. Otherwise they'd probably be worth it. Yeah, we're going to stick with the Focke-Wulf, the Mitchell, the Mosquito. Such a wide variety of units here. Very cool. Alright, there it is. The SNP division. Probably the most interesting division of the entire Battle of Dukla Pass DLC. Yeah. Excited to play this in a proper multiplayer game. But that's it from me for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.